Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel, Taylor Talks Tales. Today I have a fun little video where I'm doing a book tag and I'm also doing the results of the giveaway that I've had going on to celebrate 300 subscribers. So the giveaway ended last night at, I believe, 11 p.m. So I took everybody's usernames down, wrote them on slips of paper, and then I put the paper into this fun little mug here that my cousin got for me that usually sits behind on my bookshelf. And I'm just going to randomly draw a name out. And whoever's name gets drawn, I'm going to send you one of these books, whichever one you get to choose. So we have Book of the Unnamed Midwife by Meg Ellison. We have Dean Koontz's Intensity. And we have Ruthless by Carolyn Lee Adams. But we're going to do the tag first. So stay tuned, hang in there, and at the very end of the video is when I'll do the drawing and announce who wins. So for this book tag, I am curious to see what other people think about it, if I'm the only one who's experiencing this or if there are other people in the same boat as me. But I'm actually running out of physical books with this whole quarantine, stay-at-home, lockdown, all of that going on. And I'm somebody who I almost always prefer to read physical books. I have a Kindle, and I have an Audible account, but I typically there's something for me about reading physical books. I like the simplicity. I like the experience and smelling the book, and just it's easier, and you don't have to rely on the internet or anything like that. So I decided to create this tag video because of that, because I am running out of books. So let's get into it. Question 1. Do you miss your library and or bookstores? Hell yes. With many exclamation points. Out of everything that's been closed down, the library is the one that hurts the most. I keep driving by, I'm like, I miss you so much. I just want to go in. I especially wish there was a way for us to still put books on hold, and they could like sterilize the books or something so we could still pick up our holds, but unfortunately, at least my library system hasn't been able to do that. So I definitely miss the library, and I miss bookstores too, especially half-price books, and just used bookstores in particular. I miss them. 2. How often do you typically go to the library and or bookstores? I typically go to the library at least once a week. Especially if I'm putting books on hold, I usually will go more frequently. Or if I'm, I usually do like one really big library trip per month and then a bunch of smaller ones. When I was working on the first draft of my book, I was there like 4 times a week. And yeah, to the point where a lot of the librarians recognize and know who I am. And as for bookstores, I don't go as frequently as I do the library, but I usually go a couple times a month. It really varies. Like sometimes there'll be weeks in between going to bookstores, and then other times I'll go like 3 times in a week. So it varies a little bit, but I do like bookstores, especially used bookstores. 3. When was the last time you went to the library and or bookstore? So Friday, March 13th was the last time I went to the library because I had an hour's notice between when I found out that the libraries were closing, like all of the libraries in my area. I'm like, no, I need more books. I'm running low. So I just booked it and checked out as many as I could, and I felt good about myself doing that. Like everyone was running out to go get toilet paper, and I'm like, no, I need books. And then as for the last time I was at a bookstore was March 22nd. It was a Sunday. It was the day before Washington's stay-at-home order was announced, and then all retail was closed. I managed to pick up a couple books there, which I've already read. All right, question 4. Approximately how many unread books do you have on your bookshelf, on your Kindle, and on Audible? So I have about 10 unread books currently on my bookshelves that I'll probably be getting to in the next week or so. So I've got April covered and the beginning part of May, but I am getting low. And then I have 5 books on my Kindle. So I have 5 books on my Kindle that I haven't read. And then I don't really have any audiobooks on Audible. I don't really use it a whole lot unless I'm going on road trips, which I don't have any road trips planned for the immediate future because everything's shut down. All right, question 5. Are you someone who worries about running out of things to read? Yes, for the most part. Not in terms of, my TBR is huge, but I am someone who worries about, like, if I go on a trip, I always like to pack like 3 to 5 books because I'm like, oh, well, what if I read, all the books and then I have nothing left to read and there's no bookstores where we're going. I'm a little bit like that. But in terms of like, I always have something that I want to read. It's just whether or not I've got the actual physical book is up in the air. All right, question 6. Do you plan on reading any of these unread books on your bookshelf? Yes, I am. I've actually had a couple of these books on my TBR for quite some time, and I'm finally going to be able to get to them. There's one book that I was gifted like 3 years ago that's just been chilling there, and I just, every time I look at it, I'm like, I want to read it, but then I put it off. So this will be a good time to be like, boom, they're all done. 7. Do you have any books coming in the mail? If so, how many? Yes! So I'm worried that this whole quarantine shutdown thing is going to make me broke because typically I like to check books out at the library first before I purchase them. And this time around, I'm just buying a bunch of books. So I have 8. I have 8 books coming. Most of them paperback and some of them used, which is good. And they should be coming within the next week or two, depending on what the mail is like. But yeah, I'm sticking with a genre that I know I'm going to love. So almost all of these books are horror or thriller, because I don't like to own books and realize I don't like them at all and then be stuck with them until I unhaul them or donate them or give them to a friend or something. So we'll see. But I may be ordering a couple more books. It really depends on what happens, if things start opening up or not. I might just have to check books out on my Kindle or e-reader or something. Alright, question 8. Are you planning on rereading any books? If so, which books? Ooh, yes. So I actually want to reread some classics that I read when I was in high school because I've realized some of the classics I read then I'm getting a little fuzzy on because I'm 27, so it's been a while since I've read some of these books, and I'm like, I'm starting to forget a little bit about what happens. So I want to reread some of the classics. I've been rereading, I just started doing this, but I'm rereading an H.P. Lovecraft story every day. So I'm hoping to, probably by the end of the month, not this month, but the next month, have all of his work reread. Because I really enjoy cosmic horror. I've been thinking about rereading Dracula, and I definitely want to reread Swan Song, because that's one of my favorite books, and I always love reading it. So I definitely have some rereads planned. I also want to reread Dune, because there's a movie coming out. And if you don't know about Dune, you should definitely check it out. It's a very good series. It's pretty long, but I enjoy it, and it's solid sci-fi. Question 9. Do you have any movies or shows based on books that you want to watch until you can get more books? Ooh, yes. So one of my favorite young adult contemporary novels is The Miseducation of Cameron Post. It's an LGBTQ story, kind of a coming out story and first romance, and it's just such a good book. And there's a movie that has Chloe Grace Moretz in it, and I love her. I think she's super cute. And I think the movie came out last year and I haven't seen it yet, so I definitely plan on doing that. Cold Moon Over Babylon is a book by Michael McDowell. He did The Elementals and wrote the screenplay for Beetlejuice, and it turns out that there's a movie based off of that book, so I definitely want to watch that. And then I haven't seen It Chapter 2 yet. I saw It Chapter 1 and loved it. I was supposed to see It Chapter 2 with my ex-boyfriend, but it just never ended up happening. So I'm definitely wanting to watch that at some point. And for the most part, I'm not a big TV show fan, so I don't really have any show plans. 10. Any books coming out that you're looking forward to hopefully getting copies of? Ooh, yes. If It Bleeds by Stephen King is coming out very soon. Or, I thought it already came out, but I went to order on Amazon and it was out of stock, so I don't know if it's just because so many people bought it or if it's just not in stock yet. But I'm looking forward to that. Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. Paul Tremblay is kind of an uneven author for me, but Survivor Song sounds right up my alley. It's like basically post-apocalyptic novel with rabies, and it just seems really cool, so I've been really wanting that. Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Cesar. He has a YouTube channel here, and it just seems like such a fun book. I can't wait for it, but it doesn't come out until like August, so that's a little bit of a bummer. The Old and Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. He's a great author. I love several of his books, and I've heard really good things from people who've managed to get advanced reader copies of that book. And then Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I have really enjoyed most of Riley Sager's work. I didn't like his first book that much, Final Girls, but I enjoyed Lock Every Door and The Last Time I Lied, so this one I'm hoping is going to be pretty solid. So those are the 5 books that I'm hoping to buy and have for my collection and get a chance to read. A couple of them aren't coming out until like July or August, but some of them are either out or about to come out. So that's the end of the tag. I tag anybody who wants to do it. I'm curious if I'm the only weirdo on BookTube who feels like I'm running out of books or if there are other people. So now that we've done that, it's time to do the drawing. Alright, I'm gonna mix things up a little bit. Alright. Here we go. And okay. Alright, read between the lines. Sorry, my handwriting's awful. Read between the lines. You have 1. So you can let me know, either comment here and then give me your email address, or you can email me, finalgirltaylor@gmail.com, and you can pick between one of these 3 books, and I can tell you which one of these 3 is my favorite, all the details. So congratulations. Also, I just recently hit 400 subscribers. Thank you all so much. That is awesome. So I'm going to plan another giveaway because I like doing it. I like sending people books. It's a lot of fun. I'm one of those people who enjoys mailing things and like getting things in the mail, and I've always wanted a pen pal, so I don't know, I think it's kind of fun. So I'll be planning something like that. So thank you so much. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later this week.